In 2025, the United States, a nation that enshrines freedom of speech as a constitutional cornerstone, faces growing concerns over the suppression of dissent and the erosion of press freedom. Across several states, journalists and protesters report increased use of force, surveillance, and intimidation by law enforcement during demonstrations. What once symbolized the vibrancy of American democracy, the right to gather and speak freely, is increasingly being policed under the guise of maintaining order. Recent lawsuits have alleged that federal and local officers used excessive force to disperse peaceful assemblies, employing tear gas, pepper balls, and kinetic rounds even when protests were nonviolent. Reporters covering these events have been detained, shoved, or targeted despite clearly displaying press credentials. Civil rights groups argue that such actions represent a systematic effort to chill free expression and weaken accountability. Technology has amplified the threat. Widespread use of facial recognition software and digital tracking has allowed authorities to monitor protesters and journalists long after demonstrations have ended. Critics warn that these tools are being used not only to identify individuals involved in civil unrest but to catalog political affiliations and social movements. This surveillance, often conducted without judicial oversight, blurs the line between public safety and authoritarian control. The implications extend beyond the street. Whistleblowers face prosecution under broad national security laws, and journalists investigating government misconduct encounter legal and financial pressure. Online, new laws targeting misinformation have been applied inconsistently, sometimes silencing legitimate speech while leaving organized disinformation campaigns untouched. The result is a fragmented information landscape where both citizens and reporters must navigate fear and self-censorship. While the United States remains a democracy, these trends reveal a steady constriction of civic space. Freedom of expression is not merely the right to speak, it is the right to hold power to account without fear. As protests continue over racial injustice, climate policy, and political corruption, the question confronting America is no longer whether free speech is protected by law, but whether it is protected in practice.